What's up? This is the drunk booktube tag. I think it's the drunk tag. Yeah, drunk book tag. I'm sorry. Cheers, everyone. It's original by Pages and Pens. I was tagged by Marc Nash. Thank you, Mark. Um, it has been a while, so let's do this. Number 1. Wine coolers. You're 16 and you finally managed to sneak one of your mom's Smirnoff ices. Here's the funny thing. The wine coolers didn't come out until like 81 or something like that, and Bartles and James started it. So Smirnoff Ice didn't come out until like the 90s. Might have been the late 90s. Anyway, I wanted to throw that out there because there weren't any wine coolers when I was, coming of age or whatever. And my mother was not a drinker, and when she did drink, it was slow gin with pop or something. So, all right, past that. What is one of your most guilty pleasure reads? I don't really have any guilty pleasure reads, but just for the hell of it, we'll go with Midnight Pleasures by Robert Bloch. And if you're not a Robert Bloch fan, then probably never heard of Psycho. Number 2. You've made it to college and are hosting your first kegger. Again, let me put this into my own personal experience. I went to college. I started out at community college, and I transferred to Morehead State. Never threw any keggers, but pick your favorite adult or college-aged book. I'm going to go with Slaughterhouse-Five, which is somewhere around here. Again, for the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 20th time. If you haven't read this, I want to check that out. 3. Tequila. You partied too hard last night and drank a little too much. What's a book you never want to see again? Or your least favorite? Well, I have a lot of least favorites, but I'm going to go with Moby Dick. And the funny thing is, you'll see. Hang on. 4. Beer Bong. What's a book that you read super fast? Well, it wouldn't be a tag without Midworld. Read this very, very fast, and I have read it I don't know how many times. And like I said, I got this copy back in '83 when my wife and I were dating and lived in Florida. 5. Spring Break. This is crazy. You've thrown your inhibitions to the wind and end up having a sexy night you'll never forget. What is your favorite smutty read? Well, try not to read smut since I passed the 55 mark. I'm 56 now. So, as far as smut goes, be Robert James Waller, Slow Waltz in Cedar Bend. He also did the book The Bridges of Madison County. And a lot of people don't find his prose that captivating, but I thought the dude was doing alright. 6. Screwdriver. What's the most twisted book you've ever read? can find it. Please don't make me pause. Okay, here we go. Greeley's Cove by John Gideon. You know, this is supposed to be horror, but it devolves to the point where, you know, when you start cutting infants up and doing rituals with them, you can count me out. So, I'm not going to get into details on that book, but hang on. Hey, yeah, figure it out. You know, myself and technology, we have some issues. 7, Long Island iced tea. The melting pot of alcoholic beverages. What is one of your favorite diverse reads? Speculative fiction, Harlan Ellison. I have no mouth, but I must scream. Again, if you haven't read Ellison, I don't know what to say. 8. Drink that's great in theory, but wasn't exactly all it was cracked up to be. It was a book that just didn't live up to the hype. In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I read it back when I first got on BookTube, and I was like trying to fit in, which was stupid because, you know, I'm not going to change regardless. My TBR has been expanded, you know, thanks to being on BookTube, but there's some genres and some stuff that's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Popular stuff. A lot of times just doesn't mesh well with my reading taste. So normally, if something's popular, I'll check into it like 10 or 15 years later. So that would be it. 9. You've just gone through a rough breakup. So you park yourself in bed with your favorite bottle of wine, some ice cream, and a bucket for your tears. It's friggin' hilarious. That's not how you handle a breakup. You handle a breakup by going out and finding somebody else. But okay, name a book that made you cry out of all your feels. I would say Lonesome Dove. And that is the only Pulitzer Prize winning novel that I've ever read, and it was well deserved. Definitely. So if you're not a Larry McMurtry fan and you read that book, you will be. And there comes a little dog. What are you doing, Bailey? She come back here to check on me. I'd pick her up, but she bites. Go back in there, I'm filming. Little varmint. No, I can't. Okay, I'll pet you. Okay, now run along. I'm busy. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, number 10, Strip Club. What's the sexiest naked book? I gotta go with one of my least favorite books, and that is Moby Dick. But this cover without the dust jacket is, I mean, this book without the dust jacket is just pretty awesome. So I've tried with this book, trust me, I can't do it. Can't force myself. And then there was some bonus, like, Never Have I Ever questions on the original video, and I think she was like, never have I ever done acid, and there's a couple others, so I'm not going to get into any of that. The only thing I can say is never have I ever been like a regular person, I guess. Screw that. Anyway, if you guys hung around this long, I appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video one finger up. Thank you so much for watching. And sorry I've been absent from BookTube, but you know, I live out here in the middle of nowhere, and I got things I got to do. So, cheers, my friends, and thank you, Marc Nash, for the tag. And I'll see everyone later. Bye.